Hello Sagittarius, I hope you're doing really well. Welcome to your reading today. I'm going to get started straight away. Sagittarius, I wanted to put you earlier on in the set because it feels like the last few times you've had to wait ages for your reading. Spirit want to get started, so they're giving me a sense of urgency. So let's get straight into it. Ooh, we start with the thinker. Okay, let's see what this is all about. We have not for you. Okay. We have truth be told and a change in the wind. Wow, this looks very interesting for you. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Beautiful. We have peace. So let me just have a drink of water and let's get into this. Sagittarius, feels like you've got something on your mind at the moment. We'll clarify more with the tarot in just a moment. And as I always say, this is general reading, so take what feels right for you. But it does feel like you've got something on your mind, something you're trying to figure out, a solution to something. It feels quite deep energy as I hold this card. So you see this person is very, I think it's a fairy, it's very, very pensive. So yeah, I think you've really got something that you're trying to figure out at the moment, Sagittarius. And you're trying to make a good choice here. You're trying to decide what is in your best interest and what isn't. Because it feels like there's something that you're either dealing with or taking part in or thinking of maybe even applying for if it's a job or something of that type. But you're not quite sure that it's for you. You know, you're willing to take the steps, the moves. So we see the chessboard here. You're willing to sort of maybe deal with this situation in some sort of strategic way. But actually you're thinking, should I? There's almost like I see the hand underneath the chessboard here. And there's almost a feeling of, should I just throw the chessboard, frankly? Should I just not get involved in this at all? You know? So whatever this is for you, whether it's a home situation, a work situation, a relationship situation, although I'm not feeling that strongly at the moment, but the tarot will tell us more. Yeah, it kind of feels like you're really giving this some thought. Spirit have just said you're wise to do so, so we'll see what comes up. We have an owl on this particular card too. Truth be told, it's time to be very honest with yourself. You have the wisdom to work it out, but it's important. You see these confetti pieces are in heart shapes. It's important to do what feels right in your heart, Sagittarius, because underneath we see a mask. And there's a message here about, are you going to hide behind a mask? Are you going to pretend to maybe be something you're not in order to play this strategic game in whatever this situation is for you? Or are you going to actually combine the wisdom of the owl? So this is what you're thinking through. You're obviously in thinking mode here with your heart's desires, you know? Because this, I tell you now, is coming up as a much stronger energy. This feels very shaky. The fact that they've put the owl on top here shows that you can overcome this situation. But there's a lot to consider here. This is what you're feeling at the moment. There's a lot to consider and I have to work it out. I think it's going to take you a bit of courage because I feel like it's quite a big decision for you, Sagittarius. But I think it's a very positive one. Whatever it is and whatever you decide, because you all have free will, it's going to bring some change. Because there is a change in the wind, as we see. Yeah. It's funny because they're just saying to me about skills. And they're just saying, we're looking at this, I don't know what you would call this. Is it like, it's not a bell tower, is it? It doesn't really matter, because I'll go off on a tangent if I go down that route. But it feels like they're saying, you know, whatever decision you make, if you decide not to go ahead with the situation that you're trying to figure out, if you decide to put that to one side and you know, take control of something that feels good for you, you're bringing all your skill set and all your things that you've built, you take them with you wherever you go, you know? So if you feel like it's a big decision because maybe you're leaving a situation behind, know that the person you are and the things that you've built are still within you. You still have those skills, you still have those abilities, you still have that strength to be able to, you know, face any changes that come your way. And the changes feel good, Sagittarius. I've got to say, the energy from that card is lovely. And we know that there's going to be a peaceful outcome here because we have this on the bottom of the deck. What I find interesting about this peace card is we have an egg here. It has a face in it, spiritual face. But I don't know if you can see it on camera, actually. There's a face there in sort of a shadowy looking face. They're saying you're a star. That's so lovely. But the egg symbolizes rebirth, a new beginning, but it's a peaceful new beginning. Whatever this is, you're going to make the right choice, Sagittarius. That's what's coming through. You're going to make the right choice. So tell us more. Tell us more about what Sagittarius are thinking, please, Spirit. What are Sagittarius thinking, please? Oops, these are jumpy. These are very jumpy. Here we go. Yeah, Two of Wands. You really are in thinking mode. Look at you here. My goodness. You know, I love the fact that we have the world here and we have, you know, a camper van. It's almost like, you know, you're planning here. What is my way forward? Where is my new adventure? What is going to be right for me? What is going to make me feel good? Wow. Gosh, you're certain. And that's why I said it felt deep, because we've got a double lot of thinking, planning, you know, wondering what is to come, what decision to make. Twos are often decisions. So, you know, we have you there making this decision as well. Duplicate energy is very powerful. Let's do it again, Spirit, please. Sorry, I was busy. They've just said to me, you're too busy talking, so they can't concentrate on the cards. They do play games with me, honestly. Yeah, you've got choices. This is so powerful for you, Sagittarius. No wonder you're trying to figure it all out, because the choices are here. You don't have to go forward on the same path that you've been on if it's not filling your heart with happiness. You have choices. You can make choices. And what I love about this card is the symbolism of the little ladders. We take it a step at a time. It's not a major leap if you don't want it to be. It can be planning towards those choices. But I do feel that you're making a decision now, Sagittarius. You're not under pressure to make a decision. But this is the energy I'm picking up from you, that you are actually in that mindset of, you know, I either choose this path or that path. Maybe you're at a bit of a crossroads at the moment. And maybe it's complicated by the fact that maybe you've got more than one choice, you know? And it's maybe causing you to procrastinate a bit because you're not quite sure which choice is right for you. There's emotions flowing here. It's interesting, really, because that all looks a bit, I know it's a beach scene, but it kind of looks a bit frosty. It feels a bit cold, this thing, but it's still flowing. So, you know, maybe you're feeling a bit dissociated at the moment and finding making a decision quite tricky because there's choices there. And I think it is feeling very important to you as to, you know, they're two definite life paths, maybe, or more, maybe more than two. Excuse me, that's playing with my throat for some reason. Let's get some more advice. Four of Pentacles. This is you holding on to something. Spirit is saying, don't be afraid to let go. Don't be afraid to let go of a situation. It may simply be, as I said earlier, that you've been on one path for a particular length of time. Let's use a job as an example because it's the most simplistic example I can use. So say you've been in one particular job for a while, you're really good at it, you know what you're doing, you've been offered a promotion, but you're not sure whether to take it because actually you'd quite like to go further afield. You'd quite like to have some new experiences. You kind of feel stuck in a rut in your current workplace. This is me giving you an example. And Spirit is saying, don't be afraid of the pastures new if it feels right for you in your heart. Follow your heart, Sagittarius. You know, don't cling on to things simply because you see how this lady is so protective over her pentacles there. You know, they're saying don't be so protective over things that it stops you from exploring other options if it makes you feel better. You know, obviously in that scenario, I know there's sort of financial restrictions for people. I'm not advocating that you know, throw in the towel in your job and have nowhere to go. I'm not saying that for a moment, but this is the guidance from Spirit about being open to options that make you feel alive, make you feel happy inside. Because there is this thing about you being honest and, you know, open to following your heart space. What else for Sagittarius, please? Oh, gosh. Spirit, jumpy cards. Six of Pentacles. So we have you, there's something here about giving and receiving. You know, the more you give, I do think this is about you giving that to yourself. Because I do think that this is, the more you give to yourself, the more full you feel in yourself, the more able you are to give to others. And this is very much about being able to, yeah, do you know, this is so, it's about, I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. This is about, I feel like you've given to a situation for a long time and Spirit is saying it's now time for you to receive, Sagittarius. So as I say, if you have been in a job situation or you've lived in a particular area or, you know, you've been in a relationship that, you know, I was going to say past its sell-by date, that is so, what a way to put it. But you know what I mean. It's time to give to you, Sagittarius. It's time. You're doing a lot of thinking about this at the moment. You know, and Spirit is saying it's not a bad thing to be kind to yourself, you know. There's going to be fast forward movement here once you make a decision. You know, the Chariot relies on you actually making that decision and then it goes for it. Full steam ahead. And we know there's a change in the wind. So once you make a decision on the direction you want to go in with this aspect of your life, whatever it is for you, Sagittarius, there is going to be fast forward movement. The changes are going to come in pretty quickly. Tell us about these changes, Spirit. We know they're coming in quickly. Wow. This is so interesting. The Wheel of Fortune. So things are going to be a lot happier for you. This is why they're saying follow your heart. Because, you know, the Wheel of Fortune brings in all good things. It's luck. It's timing of the right, you know, of divine timing, really. It's coming in when it's meant to come in. But it's coming in. These changes come in fast. But you do have your own willpower. So it depends, your own will. Your own willpower. Your own will. To actually make the decision on which way you want it to go. The luck and the changes are ahead of you. We see the Wheel of Fortune with the Chariot, fast moving. This is about you maybe getting a lucky break at the right time or an opportunity coming in right in divine timing. Beautiful for you, Sagittarius. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Temperance to balance with the Peace card. Temperance is all about fairness, about balance, about things feeling right. And that is what will bring your peace. I love this for you, Sagittarius. Love it. I'm going to bring some Moonology because you know I love them. If you followed for quite a while, you'll know. I love to wrap up with Moonology. Before I pick this card, just want to say if you would like a personal reading, I do it very much like this, but just for you. So you will have a recording of it. They're all available via my Buy Me a Coffee page. All the details are in the description box below. And let's see. Yeah, Spirit are asking you to look at the bigger picture. So, you know, while you're trying to think through a situation, they're saying to you, if you look at the energy of the two thinking cards, I won't pick them up because it will send the other cards flying. This person is quite, they're looking down, they're looking, you know, very introspective, you know, not seeing the outside world. But this person is opening up to the bigger picture. What is outside this window? What will be there if I travel? There's a world here. There's a camper van that takes me on an adventure. It's a difference in the thinking energy. So you're being encouraged to be more two of wands. Look at the bigger picture, Sagittarius. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Prosperity lies ahead. Interesting. Now, we see this good fortune coming in. This change in your luck, this new opportunity, whatever this change is for you, we see it coming in, and we see it coming in fast. It could be relating to a whole new work experience, which brings financial prosperity. But also if it's another area of your life that this reading applies to, then remember, prosperity means all sorts of things. It's basically you feeling abundant. You could be abundant in love. You could feel abundantly healthy, you know. You could just, feel abundant in your zest for life. So it can mean lots of different things. But yes, it can mean finance also. So whatever this is for you, Sagittarius, know that it's right slap bang in the middle of your reading here. Take time to breathe out. Don't drive yourself mad, is what they're saying. Don't drive yourself mad trying to go over and over and overthinking, you know, what shall I do? What shall I do? What shall I do? Yes, you've got lots of choices, but take the time to listen to your inner voice. Take the time to get out of your headspace and into your heart and say, what would make me happy? What is achievable in my circumstances, but what would make me happy here? Can I take that step? Remember, small steps. We had small ladders. So, oh, I didn't look on the bottom of the deck. So let's pull a fourth card. Thank you, Spirit. The energy is gaining momentum, and wow, we know it is because we have the Chariot here. And we have this whole change is pending. So I do think that there's a part of you, Sagittarius, that is, yes, you've been in your headspace maybe, but this is about you actually feeling it. It's gaining momentum because you're feeling like, you know, if I don't make this decision soon, I'm going to just explode. You know, there's going to be this wow moment where I just can't contain it anymore and I'll just rush into a decision. So, you know, there's definitely energy gaining momentum here without a doubt. So I'm going to leave it there, Sagittarius. I hope you found that helpful. It looks really exciting for you. And, you know, that is so lovely. If I could ask you a favor, if you could please help me in rebuilding this channel, it would be great. So if you could like the video, if you liked it, and subscribe, I would love you forever. Right, Sagittarius, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.